Hello everyone. So today we are going to begin our next topic, that is changing the lives of widows, of your class 8 chapter number 8, which is okay yes which is our women caste and reformers. Okay, so in this topic today in the today's topic we are going to study about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Okay, what was his strategy and a little information about him. Okay, so first of all, it is telling that Ram Mohan Roy was particularly moved by the problems widows faced in their lives. Okay, so here is the image of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and it is shown that he was particularly moved, like he was particularly wanted to change the lives of widows. They wanted to, help widows anyhow. He began a campaign against the practice of sati practice. We have just read in our first lecture about sati practice that used to happen in the earlier times, in the ancient times, right? Now Ram Mohan Roy was well versed in Sanskrit, an important point. He was well versed in Sanskrit, Persian, and several other Indian and European languages. Okay, Persian and Indian and European languages. He tried to show that through his writings that the practice of widow burning had no sanction in the ancient texts. So basically, what strategy he used to follow, which was also followed by other later or future reformers during the independence, was that whenever Ram Mohan Roy found some bad practice which is happening just on the cause of that, it is, it is an ancient practice, we are following our ancestors and it's an ancestral practice. So what did he do? So he used to find any sanction or any sentence in the ancient text which is disapproving this practice, or which is not saying that this practice is it does exist in the ancient times. So he used to find such sanctions and texts, and when he got that in the ancient textbooks, he used to prove that to people. See, look at here, that this is not the ancient times, this is not a practice of ancient times, then there is no need to follow it. It's a bad practice, we should avoid it. Okay, and that is why Britishers also gave him total value as a learned man, because he was actually very intelligent. And Britishers, with the help of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Britishers and Raja Ram Mohan Roy together banned the sati practice in 1829. In 1829. Okay, it's an important year. If it can also come in your further classes, when was sati practice banned, then that year would be 1829. So now they were therefore more than willing to listen to Ram Mohan. Here we are talking about Britishers, that Britishers were more willing to listen to Raja Ram Mohan Roy, who was reputed to be a learned man. Okay, and in 1829 sati was banned. Okay, the strategy as I told you, was followed by early and later reformers as well, because it was a very important strategy and people used to, get into it and also like to listen to that, right? Then they suggested that the practice as it existed at present was against early traditions. Okay, so that was it in this paragraph. Now let's move to the next para, that is, for instance. But before that, I want to tell you about this image, which is not that important. It maybe won't even come in your exams, but still this thing tells about what was the, thinking of people in the earlier times. So here is a hook swinging festival, image of hook swinging festival. Okay, in this popular festival, devotees underwent a peculiar form of suffering as part of ritual worship. With hooks pierced through their skin, they swung themselves on a wheel. In the early 19th century, when European officials began criticizing Indian customs and rituals as barbaric, this was one of the rituals that came under attack. So what happened here, just on the name of ritual worship, what people used to do. It was a very peculiar form of suffering, means it was a really very bad suffering thing which was used to happen. That is what happened, that the people will purse hooks. The hooks have some structure like this. Okay, so they used to purse the hooks into their skin, and when they pursed them, they used to swung uh, on those hooks, and then just like this kind of this thing used to happen. Here, as you see, a lot of people are standing here, and they all are here. This all is, they have just pursed hooks into their skin, and this is how ritual worships were badly followed in earlier times. Okay, so, and Britishers definitely criticized it, and was obviously it needs to be criticized. Okay, so let's get to the next. For instance, one of the most famous reformers, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Now we have learnt about Raja Ram Mohan Roy, right? Now we are going to the next one, that is Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. So basically, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, he used the ancient text. He followed what he wanted. He wanted widows' remarriage. As Raja Ram Mohan Roy wanted to ban sati practice, he wanted to, allow the widows' remarriage in the society. So for that, he also used the same method as Raja Ram Mohan Roy, same strategy, that he also found in the sacred text that women are allowed to remarriage, and then that was proved. Okay, that was proved. His suggestion was adopted by British officials, and a law was in 1856 permitting widow remarriage here. Okay, yes, in 1856 permitting widow remarriage. Those who were against the remarriage of widows opposed Vidyasagar, obviously, and even boycotted him. Okay, but after the second half of 19th century, the movement in favor of widow remarriage spread to other parts of the country. Okay, so now how did it did spread? Okay, so basically, look at here what happened. Just imagine, this is the map of India. I'm not that good in drawing, so I just telling, like, take it as an example. Okay, this is the map of India. All right, so what was happening? Telugu speaking areas means the areas like this, these areas, Telugu speaking areas. In the Telugu speaking areas, or areas of at Madras Presidency. Madras Presidency means currently the name is Chennai, which lies here, right? So Madras Presidency, who was there? Veera Salingam Pantalu. Veera Salingam Pantulu. Okay, he was the one who was spreading the thought of widow remarriage, and he made an own association for widow remarriage. Okay, then here it comes, and at the same time, as this area was covered by Veera Salingam Pantalu, right? Just referring it as V. Now, at the same time, in the Bombay, means in the western area, okay, in the Bombay, the young intellectuals and reformers in Bombay pledged themselves to work for the same cause, means to work for widow remarriage. Okay, they also. So, who pledged? Young intellectuals and reformers. Okay, now at the same time, in the north, means in this area. Okay, in this area, who was working? Who was working for widow remarriage? Dayanand Saraswati, who founded the reform association called Arya Samaj. So Arya Samaj was founded by Dayanand Saraswati. Here is the image as well, this image. Okay, so Dayanand Saraswati Dayanand founded the Arya Samaj in 1875, an organization that attempted to reform Hinduism. So this was all in this paragraph. I hope you got it. If you have any kind of question or doubt, please mention in the comment section. I will definitely answer your all doubts and clear them. Thank you. Have a good day.